Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're already a part of our soul family, know that you are loved and appreciated. I'm so glad that you're back. Family, I have a very important message to deliver to you today from the ancestors. Keep in mind, this is a collective message, which means that not everything is going to fit for everybody. Therefore, it is advised that you take what fits and leave the rest. If this message resonates with you, there will be a link down below in the description box where you can book a personal reading with me for more clarity and a deeper look into your personal situation, okay? So we're going to jump right into this message. Let's not waste any time. Without further ado, family, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people. At this time, many of you have been doing a fantastic job adapting, okay? I feel like a lot of you were able to utilize the energy from that 222 portal, and you were able to achieve balance. And when we speak about balance and we talk about the number 2, we also talk about juggling, right? Like some of you are juggling 2 things in your hand. You're switching it from one hand to the other. And it's because you're multitasking. I remember saying that some of you are very multifaceted, like you have multiple talents. And so what ancestors were telling you to do was to find a way to practice both, or find a way to further your skills when it comes to both, right? In a way that you're focusing on one, and then once you get to a comfortable position with that one, you focus on the other one. Like you don't have to choose, because there's a reason why you were given all these gifts and talents. And so many of you have found a comfortable spot. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to prioritize this one for now, and then later on I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. And so this is also going to bring you in multiple forms of income, okay? And for some of you, you're balancing work and life. Like you're balancing when it's time to work on your gifts and your skills, and you're balancing when it's time to just rest and go within, okay? So I'm using 2 decks here, okay? I feel like with the Strength card here, so for one deck, we got the 2 of Pentacles upright, which talks about balance, adaptability, okay? And for the other deck, we have the Strength card here upright. And so I feel like you guys are doing a really good job at balancing. I remember saying a few readings ago how quickly you guys adapt. Like you guys are really fast learners. It doesn't take you long to get it at all. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's because you've been more present. You're more aware of your capabilities, whereas before you may have doubted that. And so with the Strength card here upright, many of you are feeling strong. You're feeling capable, okay? And like, you're trusting your instincts more. You're trusting your guides more, okay? And so the Strength here is also telling you, it says, there are strong forces at work in your life, and any opposition will be successfully navigated and overcome. So it's like you're having trust, like, okay, well, I'm going to go for it. Whereas before, many of you may have been afraid. Also with the 10 of Swords here in reverse and the Fall of Grenada here upright, there was a tower moment that many of you had to heal from. Yeah, and this was, it was really heavy on you. But it was like through the storm. Like, you ever been driving on the highway? Like, I'm picturing driving from state to state, right? And you're in one area where it's rainy, it's cloudy. And then just a mile up the road, it's like it's sunny. And I'm hearing, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I think that's the words. But that's what I'm hearing. It's like throughout your trauma, okay, throughout all the heartbreak and the pain and the struggles, there was a part of you that knew that you could get through it. Like, there was a large part of you that didn't think you could, but there was a little tiny seedling that it was like your ancestors or your higher self, your guides, planted within you to remind you that you could do this. You are fully capable. And so you've been tapping more into that. And so that seedling is growing. It's growing into like a full-blown plant now. And so you went through a place of like recovery, you had hope, you healed. And so that opened up the door for new beginnings. You were able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so many of you, with the 7 of Pentacles here upright, many of you made an investment, okay? You invested in yourself. You may have made a financial investment, an energetic investment, because you were able to see things for the long term now. Like, you were able to tap in to the present moment and say, like, you had to remind yourself that this is not the end all be all. Okay, I'm going to move forward. And that's what a lot of you have done, or that's what a lot of you are doing right now. Okay. Some of you might be life path 2s. You might be life path 1s. You might be born in February. Like, maybe you just had a birthday. Some of you may have a birthday in October as well. Some of you could be teachers, like actual teachers, or maybe you grew up with a parent who was a teacher, or maybe you had a teacher that helped to give you some knowledge on something that changed your life. Like, this is something that has stuck with you for your whole entire life. Take it as it resonates, okay? But some of you may also be teachers. Like, I feel like, and you may not be like a traditional teacher in the school. You might teach somewhere else. Like, you might have your own organization, or you work within like a nonprofit organization, or maybe a private organization. Some of you may teach yoga. You may teach languages. You may teach financial literacy, something of the sort, okay? Some of you are wearing red right now. Some of you are wearing blue. Some of you are wearing yellow. Okay. All right, so let's move forward. I feel like for a lot of you, you may have spent a lot of time in your ego, right? And so you're kind of softening up. Like, you're kind of balancing. There's that word again. You're balancing your ego. You're realizing that I can't continue to live this way, because there was a part of you that was like arrogant, demanding, argumentative. Like, you felt like you knew it all. You were inflexible. You were stubborn. And those are all lower vibrational frequencies, because when we're in that energy, we tend to be stuck there. Like, if nobody can tell you anything, how do you expect to grow? Like, if you think you know it all, there's really no room for growth or improvement, because you feel like there's nothing to grow and there's nothing to improve. So many of you successfully made it out of that energy. Some of you also had like a poverty mentality, like a lack mentality. And so that led to so many different levels of material loss. Like, you lost a lot of money. You may have had a property and you lost that. Some of you guys may have inherited a property from an ancestor, and then you lost that as well. There was loss here. Something happened that kind of sat you down and it humbled you. It was like an ego death. And ego deaths are good. Ego deaths are great, because On the other side of your ego is your higher self. And it took many of you a while to realize that. Okay? Because when you were in your ego, you were blocked. Like there was a wall up emotionally. It was hard for you to connect with people. You missed opportunities. You felt drained. You felt alone. And so you were like, oh, hell no, I got to get up out of this energy. But it took for your spirit guides, your higher self, to kind of nudge you towards that, you know? For some of you, they've been working on you for a while. Okay, for some of you, you've been working with these spirits. These spirits have been working with you. And you may not know it. For some of you, it happens when you're asleep. Okay, because the Three of Wands upright talks about worthwhile collaborations. Okay, so that's you working with someone. For some of you, you may have been working with a therapist, you know, a life coach, someone who is elderly, right? And they've been kind of like mentoring you. You may have a mentor. But for others of you, this is purely spiritual. Like they've been working on you for a while now, trying to soften up your heart, you know, open up your heart, open up your mind, because they want you to see things from a different perspective, right? Because there was growth on the other side of discomfort. 11:11 a.m. right now on the clock. Some of you may be on the East Coast. Some of you may be Life Path 1s. I think I may have said that. Or Life Path 4s. Some of you may have been born in April, November, January. Okay? And so this newfound perspective has led you to new beginnings. New ways of seeing things, new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, discovery, happiness, peace. And many of you have never experienced those before. And I also want to say, if you were not born in those months, you may be seeing those numbers everywhere you look. Okay? License plates, addresses. You might pick up the phone and look at it, and that number is there. You might check into your hotel room and the number is there. Those are all synchronicities. None of those are coincidences, okay? Every number means something. Study numerology. Study the importance of being present enough to notice those synchronicities, because that is how your guides communicate with you. So this is why some of you have been working with these energies in your sleep. Because when you're awake, you're just too on the go. Like they're like, okay, this is impossible. I cannot do this. I can't work with them while they're awake because they don't even see me. So that's why for some of you, they wait until you're asleep, you know, and then they communicate with you while you're in that dimension. I think in the last reading, I was telling you, you travel to other dimensions while you're sleeping. And I was telling you also that you guys have like an alien friend, a quote unquote alien friend. Okay. That's exactly what this energy is. They've been working with you. So with the Three of Wands energy here upright, many of you are seen as an authoritative figure. What do I mean by that? Okay. In the spiritual world, you guys are highly ranked. So picture this, right? It's like, let's say your mom or your dad works for a company or owns a company and they're very popular, right? And so whenever you're there or whenever you're in a certain neighborhood, or let's say this, right? Not only limited to that, let's just say that your mom or your dad or your grandma, your grandpa, or let's say your family name in general, because for some of you, this is really how it is. You are well known through your family name. Like they'll see you and be like, oh yeah, that's Tanya child. Like, oh yeah, collective. Oh no, you don't want to mess with her or him because they're related to XYZ. They do XYZ. Like you are well known. Okay. And this is, for some of you, this really is how it is, right? In the 3D, but in the 5D, which holds a lot more weight, that's how it is for you. They know who you are, okay? These energies, these spirits, they respect you. And they're going to look out for you because of who you are, okay? As a matter of fact, you have spirits or energies or aliens, however you want to call them, okay, coming from near and far to see you. They're like, oh, the generational curse breaker has awakened. Oh, we got to go see this. What? They finally woke up? Oh, I have to go see this. Let's go see them. They're actually working on working in their purpose now. Oh, we got to go see them. Let's go see them. Like, that's how real it is for you, okay? It's like they were all waiting for you to wake up because you are the generational curse breaker. And that's why it has been so important for you to do the introspection and go within, because once you do that, you heal your entire bloodline. This is not something that should be taken for granted. Okay? This is very serious and this is very real. When you heal yourself, you are healing thousands, maybe even millions of people. So this is why they have been like dragging you because, and I'm saying dragging because a lot of you have been very stubborn. You've been very egotistical. You've been very much, okay, very much in this 3D. Like you've been stuck in the 3D. And so they're like, no, you need to do this. You have to do this. We exist within you, okay? And those eggs you're carrying, the sperm you're carrying, those are our future generations. Those are our descendants, and they exist within you too. That's why it's so important for you to do the work on yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It is not a game. And this is going to continue to keep coming up because that's how important it is. Okay? But with this message, luckily, you guys are actually doing the work. You guys are doing the work. And so when you get to the point where you're feeling like giving up and you feel overwhelmed with the seven of wands here upright, when you get to that point where you're feeling defeated, okay, and you're afraid, you have the 2 of discs here to support you. And this is why I love using multiple decks, because you get different perspectives, and I love how it all comes together. It's like a confirmation, you know. It's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely real. 2 different decks are telling you the same exact thing, and the cards are supporting each other. So one deck has the 7 of wands here upright, talking about you wanting to give up, you feeling like feeling defeated, being afraid, right? Surrendering. And then the other deck has the 2 of discs here, which talks about being supported. It says 2 or more people take up your time. They are helping you to resolve an issue. This makes everyone happy. And so, yes, when you feel down and you have some self-doubt, and you get stuck in your human mind, because it happens, you have your quote unquote alien friend or your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit team to nudge you or hug you like, hey, we're here. We got you. You can do this. You are capable. Okay. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about these energies. Tell me more about these unseen forces. We got the star here. We got the star here. So this is your star family, okay? This is your star family. Some of you guys are Syrian starseeds. Some of you guys are Lyrian or Lyrian. I'm not sure how to say it. Starseeds. Some of you guys are connected to Pleiades. Some of you guys are connected to, give me another one. They keep saying Lyra. Like, those are the main ones that I'm hearing. Some of you guys are Venetians. Some of you guys are Martians. This is interesting. You guys are multi, depending on what part of the world you're living in, dimensional beings. Okay? Some of you guys are Aquarians. Like, you may be air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Some of you guys come from, what is this? Like one of the brightest stars in the sky, which is like what this, I think that's Sirius. That's also, I think, Venus. What is that? What is the brightest star in the sky? Yeah, I had to look that up. So it's Sirius. It is Sirius. That's the brightest star in the sky. But ironically, they've always told us that the North Star was the brightest star in the sky, of course, to draw attention away from Sirius. And my ear just rang too. Some of you guys are also Polarians, from Polaris, which is the North Star. Something here about 8. Something here about 8. I mean, I know 8 is the infinity sign as well, but something here about 8, like maybe the 8th star, infinite beings. 9 as well. We got 9 here as well. Okay. Yeah, Venus is definitely here because they're talking about material comfort, emotional fulfillment. So yeah, a lot of you guys are Venetians as well. Okay, so either way, even if you're not from those star systems, you have friends from those star systems that are helping to guide you, okay? And for many of you, it's 2 or more of them. For some of you, like some of you may be learning gardening. Like you may have just started your garden. Many of you are growing your own food. Somebody has like a dream catcher hanging up somewhere. It may be in your car or your room. Some of you have so-called Indian, so-called Native American, indigenous backgrounds. The reason why I say so-called is because like these are all terms that they gave us, okay? Like Indians never called themselves Indian, okay? And if you actually want to go down that rabbit hole, you can look into the etymology of the word Indian. That is a word that the colonizers put onto these groups of people that already had their own names. And it actually holds absolutely no weight in law, okay? But that's another topic for another day. Moving forward. Okay, so now with this assistance, okay, with the assistance of your spirit team, many of you are experiencing this Ten of Cups energy, joy, harmony, fulfillment, happy family life, okay? And many of you have built great bonds with these beings over the course of lifetimes. But the thing is, for some of you, you forgot, okay? And so they're helping to remember. They're helping you to remember. Let me see. What else? This is interesting. You got the 6 of Wands here upright. Okay. For some of you, it took for... Okay, so in the picture on this card, there's a guy here, okay? He's a Moor. He is a Moor. He has the turban on, the head wrap. He's wearing purple. So yeah, some of you were royalty. Some of you are really Moors, okay? Like you, and it's ironic, the Alhambra came up the other day, which is in Spain. And that was one structure that was built by the Moors. Okay. But the guy, he's here, he's happy, he's wearing purple, he looks very wealthy, he's smiling, and then there's a fist here. And this is not his fist because there's a yellow sleeve Like whoever this is on the other side of him wearing yellow, and there's a fist like going towards his face. It's like some of you, it was like I'm hearing like snap out of it, like they had to slap you. Like it's like, I don't know. It took. Remember, I was saying earlier, some of you are very stubborn. It took for them to like slap you to wake you up. Like it was like, like imagine someone who's like who passes out, or they're in like a really heavy sleep, and like, and I'm picturing like a movie here, okay? And either they throw water on your face, or they use like they slap you gently, like they kind of like slap your cheeks gently to wake you up. Like that's what I'm envisioning. That's what it took for some of you. Because the Six of Wands also talks about people or beings in your life that are supportive and are there to enhance your success. It says you may be popular and everyone wants to be around you. Okay? You accomplished what others said you couldn't. Good news will arrive soon. Some of you guys are also from Jupiter. Some of you may be Leos. Some of you are from Saturn as well. Mars is here, but I mentioned Mars already. Mercury. And okay, the number 8 is associated with Mercury. Well, I guess there goes our answer. Okay. So yeah, it was like, when you get into that place of self-doubt, they have to smack you out of it. They're like, snap out of it. So remember I said earlier that there are spirits coming from like all over to see you? That's what this Six of Wands confirms. It says you may be popular and everyone wants to be around you. So again, for some of you, this is really like, this is in the 3D, like you're building a name for yourself. Some of you guys may be influencers, leaders. I said earlier that some of you may have built your own organizations as well. You may be like helping other organizations out, feeding the poor, the homeless, building something, teaching things. And for some of you, this is spiritual, okay? For some of you, it's both. But for some of you, these are spirits. Like, it's like the word is getting around, like they gossip just like we do, just in light language. It's like, oh, have you heard XYZ? The collective is finally waking up. For real? I gotta go see this. And so they're like crowding around you, like with this look of like amazement and like just happiness. Like they're just looking at you like, and you're just looking confused, like, well, what is it? What did I do? Because you forgot. But if you remembered, you would understand and overstand why they're looking at you with so much amazement. You're somebody who accomplished great things in a past life. Tell me more about this. Wow. Okay. So we got the Ace of Discs in reverse, which speaks about a loss. Okay. And we got the Emir of Swords upright, which speaks about someone who refuses to be put into a box. Someone who is a fighter, a rebel. Okay. And then we got the Chariot here upright, which talks about fast movements. So the reason why these spirits, these energies are in great amazement of you is because you are somebody that has saved. You saved thousands or millions of people from a loss. Okay? You are the ultimate rebel, but you're a rebel with a cause. You are a champion. It says that with the Emir of Swords. It says this card suggests a person who refuses to be put in a box. They can either have a clear idea of what they are getting into or may jump in feet first and ask questions later. An advocate, a champion. Sir, you're a champion. I'm hearing that song by Kanye West. Did you realize that you are a champion in their eyes? And that's you. Like, you are literally a champion. That's how they see you. You saved these people. You saved your bloodline. You saved a bunch of people. And I don't want to just say your bloodline, because I don't want you guys to think it's just your family. Like, you saved millions of people from losing. Let me see. Losing what? Losing what? What did they lose? What were they going to lose if collective did not jump in and save them? What loss would they have suffered? Wow. The devil in reverse. Wow. So you brought these people freedom. These were lost souls. You released these souls. The devil in reverse says freedom, release, overcoming addictions, breaking free from limitations. So you freed these people's souls. Holy shit. I got chills right now. That's why they're looking at you in amazement. Like, oh my God, you're waking up. You're back. It's like somebody who was shot, or stabbed or hurt. Okay. And they fall to the ground and you're like, oh my God, is this it? Is this the end for them? And then they see your eyes pop open and they're like, oh my God, everyone's like rejoicing, like, oh, they made it, they're back. It's like that, okay? It's like that. Like, they didn't expect you to make it, but you made it. Like, they didn't expect, and this is not, it's not like negative intent, okay? Like, they were thinking, like trying to doubt you. It was just like, wow, they've been put through so much. I don't know if they'll be able to come back from this. So to hear that you're coming back from this and you're awakening again, they're like, oh, we got to see this shit. So they're coming to see you. They're greeting you. For many of you, they're greeting you in your dreams. They're greeting you through angel numbers, through music, through people. Some of you guys may be... I'm sorry, my headphone fell out. Some of you guys may be traveling and you may see babies looking at you in amazement. They may be looking at you bright-eyed like, oh, wow. Or children may be coming to you laughing and trying to play with you. Animals may be attracted to you. A dog might come up to you and start licking you, or a cat may come to you and start rubbing on your leg. It's like, a butterfly may land on you, a bee may land on you. It's like they're honoring you through these other living beings, okay? And with the Chariot here, I don't want to say it happened fast, but shit, it happened fast, okay? Because remember, time is an illusion. So it was right in the nick of time is what I'm hearing. You saved these people right in the nick of time. For some of you, that's why you are so gifted. That's why you're so loved. Even when you were in a tough situation, you found your way through. You're protected because of this good karma that you have, this positive karma that you have from helping people. And so now you have more work to do. That's why they assigned you, because they know that you are the one for the job. Wow. The Chariot upright says you have the will and the want to achieve anything you set out to accomplish. Having the trust and confidence of peers and community. Wow. Wow. They trust you. They're confident in you. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Some of you may be water signs here. Wow. Okay. I'm hearing Sundiata. I forgot. Sundiata. Look up Sundiata. Some of you guys are direct descendants of Sundiata. He was a warrior and I think an emperor as well. Sundiata is actually who the Lion King is based on, but they'll never tell you that. They'll never tell you that, okay? For some of you, they want you to study your culture, study your story. Not his story, study your story, okay? All right. Let's drop some positive affirmations in the comment section. You guys can say this out loud or you can take a mental note of it, okay? But I think it's more powerful when you say it out loud, when you type it, you're putting it out there in the ethers, okay? I am confident in my ability to turn challenges into triumph. I am confident in my ability to turn challenges into triumphs. I want you to also say, I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I want you to also say, I am a leader here to make a difference. I am a leader here to make a difference. I want you to say, I am valuable and deserving. I am valuable and deserving. Last but not least, I want you to say, I lead with positive energy. I lead with positive energy. Okay? All right, family, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I do hope that you take heed to this reading, and I hope that this reading was able to help you and give you the answers that you need. If you want more clarity, again, personal readings are open. You can book that down below in the description box, okay? Sending you so much love and healing energy. Until next time, family, peace and oneness.